Hello, welcome back to Thirsty Thursday, and by very small popular demand, we are back here making another cocktail. We originally thought about this when we started. We never got around to it, but let's do it.
Now we're really enjoying the cocktails, and
know.
right now I'm 1 for 1. That's worked out. So let's see if I go 2 for 2
It's
here.
true. I tried making the cocktail myself without all the ingredients. It wasn't as good as the one he said. Follow his recipe.
Yeah.
And now here we are with sangria. Show
Yeah.
us.
So we're gonna make a twist on a sangria. It is a strawberry grapefruit rosé sangria. A lot of people think sangrias, you need to make them ahead of time and let them soak and all the flavors meld together, which that's great. But then the fruit ends up looking a little rough and mushy, and I don't like that. So I like to make my sangrias fresh, ready to serve right away. So we've got, let's just start here. So grapefruit, we're putting some grapefruit in. Sangria is pretty, so you want to make sure that you're getting some nice fresh fruit in there. So the oranges and the grapefruits. I'm gonna throw some ice in. Again, I washed my hands, don't be concerned. I just washed them. Susan, don't be concerned. We've got that in there.
Hopefully
Then
the alcohol
I'm
will
going
kill it.
first things first, we've got some cheap dry rosé. This is about 11 to 12 ounces of it. So that's the first thing we're putting in. Oh, and our container might be too small for this. Then what we're gonna do is, last night I made a strawberry simple syrup. Basically equal parts sugar and water, boiling water, stir it together, add a bunch of strawberries, let it marinate. So we're gonna pour that in. And that's about, how many ounces did I say that was? About 3.5?
Yeah, that was about 3 ounces.
Now this is where I think we're gonna go over
Maybe
the top
we do
here.
that in the glasses. Do you want to put in the...
Pour a little bit in here to stir it.
Cool.
And then we'll pour a little bit more in our glasses.
Oh,
You're
we
right.
didn't get the pretty spoon. I'm going to go get the pretty spoon.
Oh, okay, great. So we've got some grapefruit juice, fresh grapefruit juice that we're putting in there. And then while Susan is getting the spoon to stir, I'm gonna put in some soda on top. So it really is juice, wine, soda, simple syrup. You can look up many recipes online. Throw in 1 or 2 more ice cubes. Susan's coming with the pretty spoon.
Here we go.
Excellent. So it might be a little stronger because the juice isn't in there, but I poured it in there. So there we go. Yeah, we'll put that on at the very end. So now I'm gonna pour, let's hope this
Wait,
goes.
the vodka.
Oh my gosh, the vodka, guys. So we're adding vodka in. That's the little twist there too. Now it's nice and full. That's about 3.5 ounces of vodka. So you can serve it up to your guests just like this. Extra strawberries if you have them, I would dump those in too. And then let's pour some sangria. We'll just do half glasses for now. We'll have another glass later. There you go. Here we go. And these are some of the strawberries that we're just soaking in the sugar water. So we'll add those in for a little extra color of red.
Oh, I like this.
Okay, Susan, let's try this. See if it tastes okay.
Well, cheers, Will.
Here, maybe do a quick stir because the juice was at the bottom.
Okay. Here we go. Quick stir. Do you want one?
Sure. Okay, ready? Cheers. Let's hope this tastes like summer because it's almost
Cheers.
over.
Summer's almost over.
Oh, it's not bad.
This is not bad at all.
Yeah, it's not bad at
I
all.
would drink this.
Yes, on a
Maybe
hot
the
day.
next time in a bigger container,
Yeah.
we mix it all together.
Yeah.
I would drink this.
There you go. Anyway, so let's get down to our topics of the day, Susan.
Yeah. Okay, so first we want to talk about, so today, because the end of the summer, let's, celebrate the end of the summer. What are the big things that we saw this summer? And we're going to do a quick summer list. I think we have 5 stories on our list. The first of them, this is the 4 p.m. report after show. So the episode that dropped this morning was with Danny Brown. It's a really good episode. We talk about many marketing things. He's a marketer of somebody that we admire around here. We especially talked about something which has now become mainstream understood, which is the idea of really taking that content and spinning it out and fully utilizing your content. I think this was the bastion of a few agencies back in the day, but now it's really a responsibility that each of us has, which is really, you're creating a podcast, spin it off into multiple things, or you're creating a video, pull the sound from it, pull whatever. There's multiple ways to do this. And now I think it's become mainstream. So that was the first of the stories. I absolutely love that. What was the second?
We also wanted to talk about local.
Yeah.
How I just read that, Jeff Bezos and Amazon, they've made record profits all summer with people choosing to have things ordered, right? More than ever before. We've all done that. But now that we've gotten further into this pandemic, we know how to stay safe as best we can. it's time to maybe supplement what you're ordering online with some local shopping, supporting
Yeah.
those small businesses. We know they're struggling. Restaurants are barely hanging in there.
Yeah.
Lots of mom and pop shops are barely hanging in there. Maybe, I know convenience is king, but next time you go to place your order online, think what around you in your community could you also be purchasing from. Maybe go and purchase from your community first, then supplement with what you can't get with the online order from Amazon or whatever else you choose to do. But there's lots of campaigns out there trying to
Yeah.
make people more conscious and aware. If we want our communities to thrive and be more self-sufficient and have kind of that long-term economic stability, we all have to do our part and
We have to
support those
pitch
local
in, yeah.
businesses.
And I think they're sort of like the government, like you said, is trying to help, and people are mobilizing, right? They're moving around some of their budgets and trying to find money for some of the infrastructure. So I've certainly seen in our neighborhood, for example, that a lot of the people have gone online. They've tried to be a part of campaigns so they can get found. So making that a little bit of an extra effort, and don't forget to ask your friends. So many things that we discover is just because we talk to people,
Yeah.
right? We chat with each other. We're like, oh, have you tried this or have you tried that?
Yeah.
So really try to find those local options to support.
And next week we are talking to Stephanie Dickinson from Toronto Restaurants.
Open and close.
Yeah, and so we're going to dive into how we can help local restaurants stay the course as we enter the colder months and those patios have to close. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so that's the second thing, is the local, really supporting local. The third thing that we've noticed are our greatest hits for the summer is, would you say LinkedIn? Like people
Yeah.
really fully mainstream.
People flocking to LinkedIn.
Flocking to LinkedIn. I guess everybody's been online for the last 6 months, and many of the things that would work before, like marketing doesn't work, marketing is broken, that kind of thing. Even within that, what worked is no longer working, right? So people are trying to find new ways, and I think it's becoming understood that you need to do business differently. It's not about marketing alone anymore.
It's not
like,
just putting that stuff
Yeah,
out
it's
and
not
trying to get traction that
promotions.
way. You have to roll up your sleeves, go out there, and especially if you're a small business, interact.
Yeah,
Say what
just-
you think about something, comment, connect.
display your expertise.
Yeah.
Be there for the relationship, not for the sale,
Yeah.
right? I think people are understanding that. So that was one of those big things, that blurring
That's
of
a
the
great point. Be there for the relationship, not the sale.
Exactly.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think people are understanding that, and that to me is a really cool thing that happened over the last few months, especially this summer.
What's the next one?
we wouldn't be Thirsty Thursday unless we talked about some real, celeb and influencer
Yeah.
thirst. So what are we seeing on that front?
Well,
Go on.
last night I watched the VMAs because I'm a sucker for an award show. So I watched the VMAs, the MTV Video Music Awards, and it's probably the first big award show I've seen them try to put together something similar in these pandemic times. So they had the main stage in the auditorium, which was used a bit by the host. They had different acts set up around New York City, like in Brooklyn, in different places. The lighting was very different. The way they shot it was very different. Usually you'd see the swooping shot with coming over the audience. It was a lot more close up and different angles, different lighting techniques. I found it really interesting because that's the first attempt at a normal award show I've seen. With everyone, from their different locations.
Yeah.
And even on stage, when people were talking, they were this far apart. Some of the performers wore masks. It was interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the experiential event of the future, right?
Right.
What does that look like? I don't think anyone either has an appetite for 8 hours on Zoom or an appetite to be sitting in a room.
Right.
full
We're not
of
just
people.
talking about VMAs here. It's like, how can all of
Anything.
those in
Yeah, how
person?
can all
It's now's the time to step up. We've had the summer to figure it out. So yeah.
Let's get going with it. So yeah, nobody really wants to be on Zoom. Nobody wants to be in a crowded room. So let's just go ahead and figure out a way to bring the two together without losing a lot of the experience. So that's the other thing we're seeing. And the last story, I'd say, this is one of my favorites, is like since June, and the anti-racism movement sort of gaining mainstream sort of attention. There have been efforts, like some of them are tokenism, not everyone's doing a perfect job, but that said, one of the biggest things that has happened over this past summer is people taking the diversity, equity, inclusivity issue a little bit more seriously. Whether it's towards, we've done a number of episodes, right, Will, over the summer to do with this.
Yep.
We did one with last week on, the older adult.
Yes.
We've done over the summer.
LGBTQ+,
We spotted,
yeah.
yes. So really spotlighting these issues, I think it's becoming a little bit more effective.
Yes.
Like once you start the discussion, people are engaging and interested to learn more, and that general openness to education
Yeah.
exists. And I think that's something quite
People
awesome.
want to do better, even if they know they have to do better. It's beyond that. People want to do better. That's
Yeah.
what I'm seeing.
So over the summer, I'm happy about the fact that DEI went mainstream.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mitrin. There's one for you here.
Yeah, that's Mithrin's.
Yeah.